Hello everybody, welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Chidebere. So in our last tutorial, we created the splash screen, which is what we have here. We used the avatar glow and the um, animated test kit to do that. These are the two. They are in our postspec.yml file. We imported those packages and used it to create this nice looking animation. So the splash screen is the first screen that loads when your mobile application starts or when you fire up your mobile application. So in this next tutorial or in this tutorial, we are going to be looking at onboarding page. The onboarding page is all about telling the user what he or she can do with the app, the features in the app, just in a brief story-like manner. Just display some pictures and some description and title and what have you. So we are going to go ahead to create our splash screen page, our onboarding page, sorry. And we call it onboarding underscore page. So this is our onboarding page here. And we go ahead to import our material widgets. And we now create our, should we make it a stateless or stateful widget? Let's just do stateful widget. And then call it onboarding page. Then this is a not checker. It's showing error because we've disabled not check here. We've disabled not check here. And by making this 2.11.0 instead of 2.12.0. So make sure you have 2.11.0 so you don't get this not checker error. And then we go ahead to remove this not check. Not check actually checks if a variable is initialized and make sure that the variable is not empty when it's being used in your application. So for this application, we are still going to make use of packages. Why we are making use of packages is because this has been created by others. There is no need to reinventing the wheel again. So we go ahead and go to pub.dev and look for flutter.onboard. So with this Flutter onboard now, I click on this first one. We have so many of them, and once you click on it, here's the dependency, installing dependency. You can get this from here also, go to installing, and you will still have this. So go ahead and copy this and paste it in your pub.yaml file, pubspec.yaml file. So I've already done that. So you go ahead and paste yours here and click on pub-get, or you can go to terminal and type flutter pub-get and click enter, and it will get those packages for you. So I'm already running it here, so no need for me to run it again. I can do pubspec pub-get and it will get it for me. And then another thing is, if you are in VS Code, once you paste it here and move away from this screen or move your cursor, it will automatically get the newly added packages for you. So it has gotten it for me. Go back to our packages, and then we want to pick up the custom example that they use instead of typing it all over again. So they are having a class home screen, but our own class here for the onboarding page, this is the onboarding page, is having onboarding here, onboarding page, and they are using a stateless widget, but just to avoid issue with context builds, but let's use a stateful widget. We are using a stateful widget. So go ahead and start from this final and copy it all the way down to this place where the code actually ends, and then copy. This is where I started, final page controller, all the way down to this square bracket and square bracket close. So go back to your project, select all this here, and then delete it and replace it with what you have. I control and I paste. So it's showing me tons of errors. These errors is because we've not imported this package into our application. We've not imported it here. If you go over to this place, you can see the import statement they give us. This is the import statement which we can use. You can copy this and paste directly into our application in the import statement, and all this error will be gone. Or we can undo this and the error will come back, and we can simply select one of the errors. It gives us this balloon icon, click on it and import it from here. So either way it gets fixed. So this is the page we are going to go to after this splash screen. So how do we want this splash screen to work? We want it to load for 4 to 5 seconds. Okay, we'll keep it at 4 seconds, and you can change yours depending on how your animation works. You would like to finish the animations before moving to the next screen. If not, the user will think that it crashed along the way and has to redirect itself by itself. So to avoid issue of build contests, is the context is this particular page. You are making reference to this page, calling this page back, and so on and so forth. We are going to change this from stateless widget to a stateful widget. How do we do that? Just put your icon here. It gives you this yellow, which means suggestion, or you can put it here and click alternate, enter. I click alternate and enter. It will give me this suggestion. So whenever you put your cursor and click alternate, enter, it will suggest something to you. So that's for if you are on Android Studio. If you are on Android Studio, if you are in VS Code, you can check it out by putting your cursor here, and it will tell you, it will give you a sample of what you will press. So I can do this and click on this balloon. It gives me convert to stateful widget, which I do, and everything will be looking nice immediately. So inside our stateful widget here, look at this. This is our splash screen. So what we want to do here is to put a timer for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, this our splash screen that is showing here will automatically push us to the next page, which is the onboarding page, for us to see our onboarding screen. So what do I do? Inside of this place, don't forget it has within override and widget build, I will add override. What this override does is, if you have this particular code running before, it will replace that code by terminating the existing running code and start running its own code. So at override, void init state. So this init state simply means that this is the first code that will be executed once this page loads up. Once it starts at the initialization of this page, this will run. So what do I want to do? I want to use a timer to specify duration, and I hope I'm getting it right. Oh, sorry. You can't store codes in your brain, so I'll use their suggestion to do the timer of a thing. So I'll import the timer class. Oh, let's import the timer class. Timer. Okay, this is it. It has duration and function embedded in them. So this is this. I do duration, and duration should be in seconds. It gives me seconds. Okay, I want to make it 5 seconds. Then this callback is the code that will be executed after these 5 seconds. So I put this here to tell it it's a function, and then this here, and then I'll put my colon here. So what this simply means that once this page loads, it should fire up this particular code here, And what this code does is that it starts the internal timer of your device, and after 5 seconds, it will execute this code. Navigator dot push replacement. So we are going to use push replacement. Navigator does push replacement. What this means is it will, for you to go to the next screen, we use navigator to go to it. We have navigator.push by name, and the so and the likes. So if you use navigator.push, what simply happens is that this screen is still being retained, will be retained, and the next screen will be loaded. This will be pushed to the screen stack, and the next screen will show. And when you click your back button, you can still get back this screen. So we don't want to get back this screen. We want to destroy it after after we've shown it and move to the next screen. So that's why we are using push replacement here. So for this, we want to load the material page route, and we have our builder, and we have our contest here. So open and close brackets, that's where we have our contest. So if we are not making use of this stateful widget, this contest is going to show us an error, in which case we need to start entering contests here and trying to fix the errors. So that's why we are using a stateful widget instead of a stateless widget, so we don't run into that error here. So with this, I continue, and I do this, and I point it to my onboarding page. Okay, this is my onboarding page. So it will automatically import the onboarding page because I click on tab to select the one they gave to me. So this is our onboarding page here, and this is it here. So this is the name of our class, onboarding page, which is what we imported here, and we have to import it in our import statement, onboarding page, for us to be able to have that. So we are ready to go with our onboarding here, to navigate to our onboarding after 5 seconds. So we restart our hot restart our application. We don't want to restart it all over again because it will take a whole bunch of time to do that. So our application is starting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's quick. It didn't finish the animation, so let's make it 6 seconds. So we reload. We want to make sure that this animation here finishes. 4, 5, 6. It didn't finish very well. We make it 7. So what happens is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it looks nice. So it takes us to our onboarding screen. So this is our onboarding screen, and just like before, we are getting an error here because it cannot find our image assets. Let's look at the error it gave us here. It says unable to load asset weight.png. So it can't find weight.png, and this weight.png is when you go back to our onboarding page here. This is it here. Okay, so these are the resources it's showing. Set your own goal and get better, which is the title, then the description, and then the image. So I've downloaded some couple of image over the internet, and I call it user picker, this, 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 and this. These are the 3 images. So I will copy these images. I will make these images available on the description link. I'll give you a link to copy it from my GitHub repository. So I go over to my assets and then image, and then I'll paste it here. If you don't have this assets.image, you can please go to the last tutorial we did for you to see how we are able to add it and what we did in our pulp spec.yaml file. So we have this, So let's change this to peak underscore taxi, peak underscore taxi.png. So let's refresh this and see what we get. Oh, okay, let's reload and see what we will get. Then we can then uh, be able to say, okay, it's still showing us error. Peak taxi, looks like peak taxi dot this peak, let's see, peak taxi. Oh, okay, let's quickly put our this is not seeing it because this image is running and it has not loaded these images, these newly added images to our application here because we are hot reloading. So we are going to have to restart this application for it to repackage it and add it to our application. So we stop this running application and then we restart again. So while it is restarting, let me quickly run through the prerequisite for you to be able to add image, sound, music, videos to your application. So you can add it in your app directly. It will be part of your application, or you can import images from online locations with the image URL. So for you to be able to add an image or make it visible to your application, you need to go to your postspec.yaml file and specify it like this. You put assets. You're telling it that what the next thing that is coming in here is assets, and the asset is located inside an asset folder. This is the folder, and then images, this is it. So the other asset is font, located inside asset folder and then font folder, and the other one is sound, which is located inside assets then sound folder here. So with this, you will need to stop your application and rerun it again for you to be able to compile and push those newly added image into your app here. So this is what we are doing right now. Okay, it's installing our application currently, and it's saying insufficient space. The reason is that we have some app which we've installed, and okay, let me delete this. It's telling me, it's giving error that it doesn't have enough space to install. So we rerun this, and another thing that causes it is that the RAM might be filled up, or the RAM might be taking a whole lot of space, and we quickly need to adjust that. So for this particular tutorial, it's good such a thing happen so that it wouldn't look as if I imported it and you are doing the same thing and you are getting errors, tons of errors, and you wouldn't know what to do. So if you get errors and you followed everything the same way I've done it, simply stop the app and reload the app again. Once the app reload, is going to kind of fix things for you. So our app is up and running right now. It has been installed in our emulator, and it's going to fire up. Okay, it's up and running. So we have this 7 seconds. Wonderful. So this is our image. This is our image which we added, which is taxi peak. So if we slide like this, you see the second image. If you slide like this, you see the third image. So this is where I added those images in a what's it called? So we want to change these titles. We can do this slide and it will move to the next, or we can use this and slide and move to the next. So What do we want here? Um, uh, Call, pick up requests a taxi ride. So once we can use reload button to change this. Why is it not changing? Okay, this is loaded. This is preloaded. So I can use a restart to do that. So this is like a list that has been pre-loaded. Okay, it has changed. So you have to restart for you to request. So we'll add a description on your right flex. Use your reflex, which is flexible right by to request a ride. So the second one is uh, pick your destination, pick your, this is just a dummy test for us to be able to see how it works, destinations, and then the taxi takes you to your multiple locations. These are just a test, sample tests, just for us to be able to see how it feels. So the next one is get to destination on time. Sorry, I'm used to camel case writing, so that's why I'm always using first letter uppercase and the rest. So I delete this and you say enjoy your ride and get to your destination on time. So we've changed basically the images, the title, the description for the three onboarding processes. So for these, we will be okay. It's going to load. It's loading. It's loading. It's loading. 7 seconds loading, and it goes over to this place. So we can now see pick your destination, which is this and this. The taxi takes you to your multiple locations. Then we have this get to destination on time, enjoy the ride and get to your destination on time. So once done, we've not added what should be done. We have a controller here that controls, this is the skip button, this skip button here, this is it here, and then this is the next button. This is what controls the next button. This tells it what to do, the next button. Then it calculates what's it called, the if it is the pages next on tab, and we are looking for when the page finish loading. Okay, this is undone. This controls. Okay, let's print since we don't have any other screen, let's print something on the console on here. Onboarding done. Onboarding done. So we put our colon here, and then for this we print skip button pressed. So whatever you specify here is the what it will do. If you say move to the login page here, it will move to login page when you click on skip. If you say move to the sign up page here, when you click on done, it will move to the sign up page. So I put my semicolon here, and then okay, let's restart the application. So this is our app. It loads, it takes you to the onboarding page, and then we have next. Just be watching here. When we click on our done, it will print. There's the messages. Supposed to print something for me. Okay, don't know why it's not printing. Oh, maybe we need to restart our application. So, but this is the end of our tutorial for today. And in our next tutorial, we will be looking at the login and the sign up page. Maybe we'll do it together if we have the time, or maybe we'll take it one at a time. But then we'll use this, our skip page here, and this done button here. So thank you